Okay, just wondering, can you hear me now? Tyler, can you hear my audio now? Awesome, thanks, Tyler. Okay, I'll start again. So it's Peter here once again for our Groove Asia Leaders Unite, and yeah, sorry we didn't actually have any intro music to put on, but prior to me coming on. So, but that's okay. We'll start as per normal. As I was saying before, which you probably didn't hear, we're going to go pretty much through from the dashboard, so that especially for you newcomers who have actually joined Groove, you'll know where we are going to from within the dashboard to Groove card. Excuse me. Okay, so Tyler, thanks for being there and supporting. Awesome. This is our last session for the Groove card digital download products website that we're doing. So I think part 5, and today we're actually going to be completing the store, if you like. So you know, just configuring the theme of the store, adding the logo, you know, changing text, all that sort of stuff, and changing some images on the home page. So, and again, if you're joining me live, put a hashtag live, and if you're doing the replay, watching the replay, put a hashtag replay. All right, let's get started. I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully you can all see that. Okay, so when you first go to Groove, the login, if you haven't been on Groove for a wee while, if you are a user of Groove, it's going to have a different login page, but you just sign in with your own normal sign in for your Groove account. All right, and from here, this is the new dashboard, if you like. So if you're been keeping up with the webinars that have been coming from Groove.cm with regards to Scale Plus, okay, basically Scale Plus is all being added into as far as the dashboard goes, all in here now. There are, if you don't know what Scale Plus is, I suggest go to Groove.cm and the YouTube channel, and just get up to scratch with some of the live videos that have been on for, I think we're up to day 5 or day 4. They just had one today. Mike Fulsame and Matt Sewalter and John Garcia, Simon Leong have been keeping people up to date as to what's happening with the Scale Plus side of things. So if you're not too sure what that's all about, go and watch the videos, and you'll be able to get up to play with what's going on. So if you want to go back to the old dashboard, you just can click on here, or if you want to see the Groove apps, because you probably come in here and go, well, where's all the other apps? Basically just click on here, and then you will see the apps that you should already have anyway, which is the Groove pages and so on and so on. Some of these actually come with, if you're a Groove.cm lifetime member and a Groove.ai lifetime member, you'll probably see some of these too as well, that you will get anyway. But there are, Scale Plus does actually have a few other apps that are not part of the Groove.cm or Groove.ai initial promotion and promisey. These are actually extra apps that Mike Fulsane has been working on, and they're not part of the Groove. I guess the Groove.cm and Groove.ai lifetime offers that we've, if you have taken those up in the past. Hi Nancy, good to see you there. Bit of a late start today, and we didn't actually do the intro music. So anyway, look, so that's where you come to. Now we want to go to Groove card, so let's just head over there now. And I'll just show you, if you want to go back to the old dashboard, there you go there, and it'll take you back to the old looking dashboard. All right. Hopefully that will come up soon. Okay, now there are a couple of ways that you can get to GrooveCart. You can either come on here to the top menu part, or I like to go onto and hover onto, and I will share my tab. I like to go onto the icon over here, hover over the Groove icon, and then come down to GrooveCart, right click, and you won't see the right click. And then I just much rather open it up in a new tab so that I can keep the other ones open as well. Here we are in GrooveCart. This is the gallery with the stores in there. And so we're working on the Downlod hub, and we got as far as last week adding a product and all that sort of thing. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to run quickly through that, because there's a couple of pointers that I want to suggest to you, or let you know about in terms of the adding the product. So let's go in there now. We're going to go into the admin dashboard. Now, I always say in these sessions, if you've got questions about the Groove platform, whether it be GrooveCart, Groove Pages, or what have you, and you're not sure about navigating to different things or how to use certain things, just ask the question in there. If you think it's a support issue, ask here first, just in case it might be just a navigating issue, or just maybe something that you don't know about, that I might know something about, and I can just tell you, hey, look, this is where you need to click, or this is what you need to do. Because sometimes it's not a issue with the platform. Sometimes it's just basically a navigation issue. What I mean by that is that you're not sure where things are, where you can actually do certain things. Okay, so we're in here. This is the actual back end of the store. As you can see, all the crosses are there, which means that these are all not completed yet, but that's okay. Hey, Dr. Lisa, good to have you here. And so I'm gonna quickly go through the products now. I've added quite a few products since the last time I did this, which was last week. So we're going to go to my products, and I'm just going to go through one of the products that I added, and I want to just kind of show you what I some of the things that I can actually show you that you will probably need to be aware of, just so that when you're going through all this, that you don't overlook different things, because it can actually appear on the launched store, and you may not picked up on it, but others will, and you don't want that. Okay, so let's just have a look at this particular product here, which is the Mastery of E-commerce. That's the one that we started off basically. By the way, if you want to actually preview the product page for that, there's some actions over here that you can click on. I'm just going to get rid of my image, my photo there. There's some actions over here that you can actually click on to preview, right? Or edit and even duplicate. I don't really use the duplicate one, but the preview now and then I will. So just to show you, preview, it'll preview that particular product page. So there's that particular product page for that that item. You can see there's a few things here that need to be sorted out. Like this is all the gibberish language, so you don't want to leave it like that. People will see all that. And also here we've got some related products that I hadn't showed you last week, how you can do that, how you can actually put that in there. And of course all this stuff here. Now, free shipping with digital downloads, do shipping at all. And in terms of refunds, that will probably be worded as refunds rather than free returns. But we may not have that down the bottom. We might just rely on the bottom footer here. Okay, so let me get back to my products. All right, so we're going to go to Mastery of E-commerce. Click on here. I'm just going to quickly run through what the procedure is when you're actually loading up a product. Okay, first of all, really, you need to have the product name, the full description, all that sort of stuff. Now, okay, so last week, I grabbed the description from the actual PLR platform, which probably was a not a good thing, because it actually was really for the the person that's actually going to be adding it to the store, not for the customer. So it wasn't customer facing description. So what I did was, and I'll just show you here. I'm going to go to ChatGPT here. What I did is I went to ChatGPT, and I just asked it to basically asked it to create a customer facing, meaning that it is for people wanting to learn, description, summary description, also create a meta title, meta description, OG title, OG description, and tags for digital product that includes the following details. Okay, and so these details were actually taken from the description that was in the PLR product platform. All right, so all I did was I got it to actually write a customer facing description and all the tags and all that to do that. Now, it did actually ask me for business name and the service category or niche. So I added those in there. If you want to take a screenshot of this, just take a screenshot. I mean, this is the part here that you really need to actually be concerned about. The rest here, it doesn't really matter what goes in there in terms of, you don't have to have a screenshot of that or use that as a reference, but this is the part here that you want to actually put into your ChatGPT, right? So if you can take a screenshot, I'll give you 20 seconds to do that. And so while I'm waiting for you guys to do that, basically what we're going to be doing is really finalizing everything today, because I am looking at launching this store. I've even got the domain for it, and I'm just going to be adding products on a daily basis, 1-2 products a day, possibly. Nothing too big. I don't really want to, overwork myself in doing too many products at a time, so because I have other things that I need to work on throughout the day as well. All right, so if you haven't got a screenshot of that at the moment, then go back to the recording and take one there if you can. Okay, let me head back to my products again. So in here, from the ChatGPT stuff that I got, I was able to create the description and the summary description as well. And what else did I do? It also gave me the tags, which I put in here. Now, as you're coming down the page, so you're putting in the description, you're putting in the summary description, you click on here to make sure, because sometimes this is as a default, it's actually on standard product. You need to click on that and click on digital product. All right, so that's really important. It does need to have a category name. It's not always home. So you create all those categories like I showed you guys last week, and a brand. Before you even create a product, create the brand. So basically the brand is my brand, which is the store, the Downlod hub, right? Okay, so when you actually do select the digital product, it will actually open this up where you it'll show this part, okay, and you download a file. You upload a file. It's got download there, but you upload a file because I've already uploaded it anyway, and then you add it into here. Now, I did actually go over this last week, so you will need to go back to that video. All right, so make sure that that's sorted as well. You don't need to worry about product descriptions. Now, here's an important thing, right? Okay, with the PLR products, I really only got this image here. That's all I got as in the download pack in the zip folder. I didn't get these, but I'll show you how I got these. So these here are just supplementary to. So you will need to do those download these manually. If you're actually using the Entrepedia PLR site that I've been using, so if I come over to here, that's this one here. And when you click on, and we'll use the one that I am using as an example at this stage, popular. Is the Mastery of Commerce? Is that in here? No, it's okay. Let me just go back to home. And I will just put in e-commerce here. So the one that we're showing as an example is this one here. So what I did is all I did was right click on these images, that image there, and I just save image as a PNG or even a WebP if you want to. But these are not very big images, but they're big enough to actually have on your site. And then I just went to the next one, did the same, right click. This is on a PC, by the way. I'm not too sure what it is for Apple. But I just right clicked and then I save image as, or just save image as, and it'll actually just save it in the folder that you want to save it in. Okay. And as I said before, I grabbed all this stuff here, all that. Don't worry about grabbing the image because it's not going to show. I grabbed all the text here. I just copied it. And then I actually put it into what I showed you before, into the ChatGPT to actually create all the stuff that I mentioned, the description, summary description, meta title, meta description, and so on. So and that's what gave me the final result. All right, head back to my products again. So these are those images I was talking about. Here they are here. I even grabbed the one which had a view of all the pages, stuck them in there. Now, the other thing is that sometimes, like when you actually go and change, if you want to change the cover photo, like if this has been selected by default as the cover photo, all right, and you want to change it to the main one, which is the cover book, and you want to change it to that. Sometimes when you click on it, it won't allow you to, like when you're first actually doing this, it won't allow you to actually use it as a cover photo. You can't save it. It doesn't actually show up like this does. So you have to, what you have to do is when you get down pretty much that far, just save. All right, don't exit, but save, and then refresh. So save, and then refresh your page, because this is one of those little anomalies that happens. Refresh your page, and then when you click on it, click on the image that you want for a cover image, you're going to see this box, right? You're going to see this, and then you can just select cover image and then update. I'm not going to do that because I've already got that there. I've put in compare price, $17.99 normally for this particular product, and I've made a reduced price of $9.99. You'll see what that looks like on the finished result. Make sure that you display product on website, okay? And you can have it everywhere, search only, Facebook only, or URL search only, but we want it everywhere. So make sure that you display product on website everywhere. The other thing that I did too as well that I didn't quite go over was the related products. Okay, so how do you get the related products or the other products that you've actually added into your store? How do you get them to show up on the product page? So when people are looking at the product page, they can see some of the related products that you have too as well. It doesn't mean you have to have all the products on your store. It just means you can have some in there that will show down the bottom. So I've got one more I want to show you. So I'm going to come into here. Now I'm not too sure what I've got, but I'm just going to start with some text and see what pops up. I think those are in there already. Yeah, I think what I'm missing is headlines. So I'm going to go headline, HEA. Yeah, this is the one I'm missing here. All right, and now that's been added to the related products. Okay, let's move down a wee bit. grabbed all my meta titles from ChatGPT, meta titles, the meta descriptions, got the OG title as well as the OG description, just pasted it all in there. So easy. And I just uploaded the cover for the book cover photo or image and put that as my OG image. All right, so I'm just going to save. I'm not going to exit out yet. I'm just going to save. So now that when we preview that product, and you can preview from here, the changes that I made to the related product should show down the bottom. So here we've got the images here that we got from the PLR product page, as you can see. So that just gives you a lot more images. Great, just it's ideal for when you're trying to convert, viewers into buyers, if you like. As you can see, the compare price was $17.99, now only $9.99. This stuff here, I will go through all that. And here's all our descriptions. This part here, we probably don't need that to be here. We can get that down the footer here. But here you see the related products. Okay, that's where you see the related products. Okay, let's head back over to the product page, and I'm just going to exit. Now, if you make some changes and then you just want to exit the page or exit this part, the back end, you don't have to push save. You don't have to click save and exit straight after. You just go exit, and it will save everything on its way out while it's exiting. So just keeps things nice and simple. Hopefully that all made sense about all the products and things to not forget, right? And to add in there because it does actually show up. It sticks out later on. And then sometimes when you're not actually doing a quality check, I would probably call it on your site. It could go a long time without you even realizing that you've missed it out. So it might pay to just do a checklist out for yourself. Okay, so so far there's all these products that I've actually got in my store. I'm going to head over to I'm gonna leave this page open, right? And I'm gonna just open up the builder in another tab. So I'm gonna there's the builder there. I'm gonna open that in a new tab. That's a good question, Nancy. I actually don't know if there is a carousel. Let's just check because we're on the page that we should be able to find that out, to be quite honest. All right, so this is the home page. It's pretty much as I left it last week, except for now it's showing some of these other products on here. Okay, and the only how I've done that is I've been able to just click on this section here, click on the settings, and then select products. I can select products by name, or if I'm not too sure what the name is, I can go to category. I can click onto the home part. I can click on I can click on e-commerce and campaigns, careers, social, all the categories that I've added. And you can see there's some there that I haven't actually got in there. And that's on purpose. I don't want them in there. But if I did want some of them in there, I could actually just click on what I want to show in the new arrivals, because that's what we're actually doing. We're showing it in the new arrivals. I don't want to do that. I just want to leave it as it is. Okay, so let me just unclick those because I've already got the products selected there, and I'm going to leave it as that. Okay. You can see here I've got some categories on show on the front page. You can see e-commerce, campaigns, careers, social media. I've just selected a couple of key I guess categories that I think people might actually want to click on. So you don't have to do every category. Now it doesn't show like this on the actual live website. I'll show you what it looks like. because I did actually make some changes in there, and you won't see it in here because on the categories, and this is what I'll show you now actually, on the categories, if I come over to products, go to categories, I've actually created the images in there. So if I go onto e-commerce, or I've actually added the images in there. If I go into e-commerce, I go edit, and I suggest you do this too as well. If you remember last week, I didn't actually do too much in this area, but I did in the time between last week and now. I've actually added a little bit of a description, and I've added an image. I haven't done anything else with this other stuff here. It's not optional. You can see what's actually necessary because it's got the red asterisks. But other than that, the image will display on the home page on the live view, and then I just saved it. All right. So let's just head back to where we were before. Yeah. All right. As you go down, bestsellers, again, pretty much like how I did up here, I just selected the products that I wanted into the bestsellers. I've got 2 rows, as you can see. We've got a bit of a break here. We're going to actually change all that too as well. And then we've got some Christmas collection ones as well. You can add more. Again, you just do the same thing I said before. Go into the settings and select the products that you want to put in there. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, let's start looking at some stuff here now. We'll start up the top. What I want to try and do is I kind of like a black navigation navigation bar and black footer. Sometimes it gives the effect that I'm after. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to edit. I'll probably actually start with up here, the top bar. All right, so we've got free shipping on all orders over 75. We don't really want to put that in there because we don't actually have any shipping. It's all just digital downloads, right? So we don't need all that there. So we're just going to maybe grab a bundle, and I don't actually have a bundle. I'm going to have to create one, but I won't be doing it in this session. But grab a bundle of 5. Let's just say 5 downloads, digital downloads. Oh. And get, we'll just say a $10 discount. And checkout. All right. You don't necessarily have to put that. That's just, and if you know how to do the bundles and all that, great. But yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. And I will say that, there are some training out there with regards to GrooveCart as well, and there'll be more training coming to as well. Over here, I want to change this to, let's just put support at the Downlod hub. I think it's actually Downlod hub dot store. I think I had it .store. All right. The other one was too expensive. The .com, I think. So yeah, we've got that there. Now, if you don't actually have that email address, that's fine. What this is basically, when someone clicks on it, they're still going to be able to message you, but the email or the message will be inside the back end of the GrooveCart, right? It won't go to that email address if you've got it. If you're going to try and put it into your, into Outlook or whatever, So basically, what you type here is just what people will see, but what's actually the email address will be the Groove generated default email address for that particular site. All right, so it won't be that exact email address. So, but like I said, you can actually check the messages within the back end of the GrooveCart store. Okay, so I've done all that. Obviously, if you've got Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and not Twitter now, it's, what is it, X, and YouTube, you can put all those links in there by simply clicking on here, going to there, into the settings, and then item 1, edit, and then you can actually put the title. So if it's Instagram, put Instagram there and put the link to your Instagram profile. All right, pretty straightforward. Yeah, all right, cool. Let me just go out of there. I'm not going to do that. We'll just drag out this session too long. So the other thing is, what I'm going to do now is I want to change the color of the background. I'm going to come over to the 3 dots here, and I'm going to just make that black. Okay, nice and easy. All right, now you can't change this part here because you can only change the top bar. All right, so we're going to just save, and then we're just going to go out. Now, if we want to change this part, I click on here. So click to edit header layout. So I'm going to click on here. As you can see, the background header, and there's all different types of headers, by the way. You can have a header 2, which when it changes and you click on the tick there and it changes, it's going to look different, obviously, like that. Okay, but I'm just going to go back to header 1. I like the narrow header. All right. Okay, and now I want to make the background black on this too as well. And I just want to do the text and all that white. So the background, when it says header here, I'm going to change it to black. And then on the text or the links, I'm going to change that to white. Okay. And then tick. And now we've got that. Oh, but by the way, we've got a logo there that we need to change to as well, right? So we don't do that there, by the way. We don't do it inside this part here. The logo gets changed somewhere else. All right, we're going to change. So I'll show you where we do that later. I'm going to change the image in here. This was just a image that I used last week, and it doesn't really kind of depict what I wanted to show. Although, you know, you can get some guides on how to do photography and stuff like that, but I want something that's inclusive. So I've actually created a hero image that is suitable. So I'm going to grab that now. So with the image here, click on the 3 dots again. You can see that it's over here. So I'm just going to delete that, because if you don't delete it, then you won't be able to upload another image. So I'm going to upload an image, grab the one that I did. Where is it? Where is it? Give me a sec. Guys, I'm just trying to find the image that that I created. I can't seem to see it. Might be a sec. I'm going to have to download it again. Just give me a sec, guys. Again, if you've got any questions, just let me know in the chat, in the comment box there. Okay, I think I know why. Okay. All right, let's get back over here. I'm going to grab the image. Yeah, upload. Okay, the reason why I couldn't see the image, because when I actually downloaded it from Canva, I downloaded it as a PNG. All right, now GrooveCart in here does not take PNG. JPEG, yes, it takes that, but PNG it doesn't take. All right. The stuff here, I'm just going to, instead of actually deleting the text, the text box, I'm only going to delete the text, and I'll tell you why. And just shortly, all this text here, I'm going to delete it. I will delete the button. And see, when I delete the button, the actual height changes. All right. So that's why I didn't delete the other text. Okay, so because the height changes, and if I deleted the other text boxes, if I did delete the other text boxes, then the height would definitely be a lot more narrow than what it is now. There's probably more of a spacing thing here, more space up the top than what there is on the bottom, but I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to leave it like that. As you can see, it's the download hub that I've got there. All right, so that's one image that we've done. Let's move down to the next one, and that's this one down here. So I'm going to click on there again. I'm going to click on the 3 dots there, delete, and then upload an image. And where are we? Let's go for this one here. All right, now there you go. So that's the other image that I've got there. I am going to change the text in here, and let's go shop now. And then I'm just going to put in here, download some of our more popular products, digital products. I'll probably change this at some other stage. I mean, I don't. It's just the more popular. And instead of browse collection, I'm just going to put in browse products. All right, cool. The tick, and then close. All right, so we've got that there. Just for Dr. Lisa, who's in the house, I'm going to do something different with this image here. We're going to go over to the 3 dots again, and we're going to come down here, and we're going to make this a parallax background. So as you scroll down, the image still stays there. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to turn that on, right, like that, like so. So as you can see, as you scroll up and down the page, the image kind of stays there. It doesn't go with the page. Cool. Let's leave it at that. The other thing is that there is an opacity thing here. So if I click on here on this image again, on the 3 dots, and you can see I used a brown color the last time for opacity. Now, if I wanted to use maybe more of, because I want the white, if I want to use more of a tinted sort of grayish color, I can change the color here, come over to here, and then maybe click that one there. You can see there it's changed it already, and I can actually make the transparency lighter or a little bit more darker. I kind of liked that one there. I'm going to leave it and just go back to what it was before. Actually, I can just go undo, undo, undo. And I think that was it. Or was it? We'll leave it there. Okay. Dismiss. All right. We've done all that. We've got our images in there. Just a couple of more things that I want to show you before we finish today's session. Is I do want to actually edit the footer layout, and I'm going to save everything that I've done so far. All right, so all this here, I just want to get rid of all this stuff here. We don't really need that, so I'm going to click on there, there, yeah, there. What else we got here? We'll just leave all that there. Terms of use, returns and refunds, we'll get rid of the shipping. Looks nice. Thanks, Nancy. What else we got there? We're just going to save that. And then go back, main page. All right, I'm going to leave all that there. I'm going to get rid of the subscribe box. We've got kind of like an email listing thing, an email list opt-in thing down there. So I'm going to get rid of this and just kind of want to make it a nice clean looking site, to be quite honest. Actually, I'm going to change this. I just want everything on one line. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to change the text on that there. Grab a bundle 5 to those. Let me just put in there for we'll just make it $35. Okay. We've got some spacing issue here by the looks, so we'll go back to the 3 dots again. Let's have a look, see if we can actually change some stuff in here. Why is there spacing issues? There's a spacing issue on this one here. We'll leave that one. We'll just go save. Let's go into try more save. To game. Oh no, that's okay. That's. I'm going to just check just to make sure that there's no spacing issues here. Appearance. No, okay, cool. All right, so we've got all that and we've saved it. Let's just have a quick look, right? Okay, let's have a quick look. I'm going to head over to the gallery part here, and I'm just going to click on storefront, and let's have a look at the site, kind of in a live view. There you go. There are those images that I spoke about. All right, so but cool. Here's our parallax in action, Christmas collection, and then our footer. All right, so that's kind of it, really. The logo. Let's just head back over to where are we? Go share this one here. I'm just going to head over to. We need to go to store information. All right, so this is where we upload the logo. So I'm going to upload the logo here. It's basically going to be white font. So I'm going to open that up. It's uploading. Okay, it wants me to, and then I'm just going to select the whole lot there. Crop selected. Well, I could use this full image there. Crop. Okay, and you can see it's populated it for the mobile as well. Favicon, I haven't got one. I actually might just see if I might upload the same one. And this time a green one. And just see if I can actually crop it, which I don't think I'll be able to. Okay, this is too big a favicon, but we'll leave it like that for now. Store address, you will need to actually put something in here. So I will just put city and 3010 and Bay Penny. Oh. And then New Zealand. Oops. You will need to put that. You need to have a store address in there and at least one point of contact. So it doesn't need to have to be a phone. You can see that's not really required, but you can put it in there. If you're brick and mortar, yep, probably the best thing to do is put a thing in there. Here is the default email address. So this is what will when someone actually clicks on the support email address, it's actually going to go to this default Groove cart subdomain, if you like. All right, that's where it's going to go to, and it will end up in here in the back end. All right, I'm just going to save that. Let's just have a look at our store now after I've saved that. Why is it not saving? Oh, yep. Let's go back to the store. Where am I? Here. Ooh, wrong one. Here. Okay. I'm just going to refresh this and we'll see if this logo changes. I don't know why it didn't change there. Let's just try that again. It's still doing something here at the moment. It's still loading for some reason. Okay, let's try that again. So we've got a bit of an issue with the logo populating. Let's see if I can go back there again, get this sorted. There. Not sure why. Let's just save that again. Maybe it didn't save. All right. I'm just going to go back to the site again and then refresh again. No. But that's kind of where you actually, it may be too big. It could be too big for the actual, I might have gone over the size for the logo. That could actually be the problem as well. So if I go back into here, it does actually give you the ideal size. So maybe if I did that, then I'm going to have the logo show up. All right, but in hindsight, that's where you do it. You will see that on the actual store itself, in terms of the favicon, you can't see it. We use that green logo thing, but you can see up here, you can just see the green if you like. Anyway, look, that's the site there. Now, the one last thing that I will need to actually probably do, which is quite important, is that we'll head back over here and let's go to the sidebar there. Let's go to legal pages and just make sure everything's in check there. All right, got all the stuff in here. You'll need to go through all this to make sure that it's got the right information. There are some things that you may need to add in, like when you come down to where are we? When you come down to here, mind you, we don't actually have a shipping policy, so that's okay. You don't need to do all that sort of stuff. But here is where you should be putting your state and city of download hub. So in other words, I need to change that. So I will be putting BO Penny, New Zealand. What did it say, state and city, or did it say? I'm just going to put New Zealand, Bay Penny, New Zealand. But and I'll probably have to copy that and paste it somewhere else up there, one of the other top parts. Going to go there. You can't right click and copy when you're in these sections. You have to actually, so you can see that here as well. I need to put that in here as well. Oh, I'm not going to put the phone. Download hub. Again, needs to be Control C. Oops. No, it didn't actually. Oh, Control V. Oh gosh, hang on. Yeah. Control C. And then up here, Control V. Just gonna, then down here, I'm gonna put the download hub. And in here, I'm gonna take out the groove part, groovecard.com part and put .store, because that's the domain. And I think that's about it. That's the only places that I need to, and I'll just save. But make sure you go through it. I mean, if you're a really fast reader, then you know it didn't take you too long, but go through it just to make sure there's no other stuff in there. Like I said, I don't have to worry about the shipping one because I've taken the shipping link off. So I don't have to worry about doing any changes in there. And there is no shipping, right? It's all downloadable, so which makes this nice and easy too as well. All right, let's head back to the store again. Let's make sure that everything is all good to go. So when we click on a product, oh, by the way, there is some other stuff we do need to do. Okay, let's go back to the builder. We need to go to pages, right? And we need to go to like product page. What is that product page going to look like? Right, so let's click on there. I don't like all the different colors here. Like and to be quite honest, what I'm going to do here, and if there is actually a possibility that we can change all that, I'm not too sure. Styling, extras, format. I like square. Let's go mid. Let's go. Is that text or? Oh no, that's cool. I like that there. That's good. I like that. And so I've changed that over here. I want to change the color of the button even. I actually don't like that, but I'm going to make that button square, and I'm going to make that red as well. So let's have a look at this. Why is that like that? Oh, here we go. Okay, so add to cart, and what's happening here? Go to 3 dots instead. Yeah, let's go 3 dots. Here we go. Font color, text size, advanced styling. Okay, I want the red color, and I actually don't want the I don't want the rounded edges. Where is that? Well, maybe I don't have a choice. May not have a choice. All right, we'll leave it like that anyway. Okay, cool. Let's leave it like that. People who are viewing, let's make that black. I don't want that green. I want that black there. And do we need that? Let's just have a quick look. Okay, no, we actually don't need that. Okay. I don't think that's going to show because we don't have any variance, right? So that won't show on the live. I think if we had variance, that would show. What else? What else? What else? What else? This is the part I want to get rid of there. I want to delete this whole section. We'll leave the reviews there. We'll leave that there. I want to get rid of all this stuff. I want to get rid of this here. I'm not sure if it's actually, it looks like I do it individually by the looks of it. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm going to delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that. Yeah. Delete, 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 delete. Okay. All right. I think that's it on that page. That's all done. Yeah. Is that showing? I don't think that's showing. Advanced. Hide and large screens. Okay, hang on. I don't think it's shown anyway. But anyway, we'll leave that. Actually, no, I'm going to just take out that whole thing. Get rid of that. And then save. What else was there? So that was the product page. Let's have a look at the checkout page there. So you can go through all these pages and just make the changes that you want. So we've got a bit of pink and blue. I like to kind of like go different shades of black, I guess. So if I click on here, I'm going to go here and actually maybe it's this one here. Click on that one. And so previous step styles, current step styles, next step. So for the color, for the previous, I am going to go, so I'm going to kind of go about that grey there, and you can see the change here. The current step one, I am going to go to the next color up, which was that one. And then the next steps, which is here, I could go lighter or I can just go darker. So I'm going to go darker and see what that looks like. So we did that one there. Okay, and we're going to make all the text white. On that one there, that was on the current steps, so that's white. The next steps, we want the text color white, but it's not going white. White. Okay, cool. We'll leave it like that anyway. You want to change this here. So there's a few things that need to be done. I'm going to get rid of this phone number. We do still need to change this here. So you can see about all these little things, right, that you need to actually do. Otherwise, if you don't change them, they're all going to show. Download hub. And that's dot still. Cool. Dot store. And that's that page done. Okay. What's this? Shipping me. Okay, let's save that. All right, let's go out of the checkout page, save. Let's go out of the product page. And as I said before, oh, come on, get out. You can just change the different styles in each page if you want to, like your category page. You can set those all up in here. You don't need to, I don't need to go through all those with you, but I think the main one was the product page and the checkout page that I wanted to go through with you. And the rest you can just kind of like change all the colors and the buttons and all that sort of stuff if you want to. All right, so that's that there. So now that when we actually go back to the actual site, let's see if we can do a bit of a refresh. And let's go on to that one there. All right, you can see all this has been changed. I kind of like it. I don't like all the different colored things. We've got none of that other stuff there, which is great. We haven't got those there. So that's all cool. And if we did actually add that to the card, what does that look like? When we go through the checkout process, it's still pink and blue. Shouldn't be. Let me just refresh that. Maybe it didn't save. I'm not too sure. So I'll probably need to revisit that, but I did actually change those colors, and I did change that. So maybe I didn't save the changes as such, though. But you get what I mean. They just need to go back. I just need to go back and make those changes again. Okay, I think that's it, guys. Let me just stop share. Put me back on. All right, so that was it. We covered a lot actually in the amount of time. We've gone over a little bit over time. I think I was going to cover setting up the domain, like connecting it to the domain, connecting the domain to the site. But I think you guys be okay with that, be able to do that yourself. But yeah, now before I leave, we've got a bit of an announcement. We won't be doing any more GLUs. In fact, I think with the amount of training that is being given out now in terms of like what Simon Leong and John Garcia, but even Kevin Stripe has his own training academy as well. We kind of decided that we will stop the Groove training sessions, and I will probably just frequent the Tyler's Power Hour Plus on various occasions. So if you do need help with the anything can Groove, then I can help you in a breakout room or things like that, and be able to I can still cover that sort of stuff there. There may be some closed environment like a Zoom sessions where we might do training on some group stuff, but we won't be doing it like in the open forum and YouTube and stuff like that. So from here on in, so this is officially the last day for the GLUs, and but we will keep an eye out on some of the stuff that we're going to be doing in the future. And we certainly will let you know. But there's some exciting changes with Groove at the moment, and I think it's really, really cool. There's more apps and all that sort of stuff. So, it's really going to be hard to actually keep up with all the changes with Groove and try and sort of create some training around all that sort of stuff. But like I said, in a closed environment like the Power Plus, or even if we have a separate Zoom training or things like that, we probably cover some of that stuff too as well in there. But I want to thank you guys for actually joining me on these Wednesday nights for you, Thursdays for me, Thursday afternoon. But thank you for being part of it. And I guess it's change is as good as any, and it's kind of refreshing too as well. But like I said, just keep an eye out for any announcements for stuff that we might be up to, and particularly with Groove as well, because most of you are still on the Groove platform and you're still doing stuff on there. So yeah. All right, that's me, guys. There's no music to actually do any outro. So at the end of the day, I am going to love you and leave you. And keep an eye out, keep your ears open. This won't be the last time you see me. Okay, bye for now. Bye.